Hi guys, how you doing? Senior Gaming here, and I'm bringing you Airship Knights with Promote Your Characters. So if you're Airship Knights player or perhaps idle gamer, then make sure you subscribe to the channel as I post as often as possible and bring you best tips and advice. And if you enjoy what you see, then hit that like button as well. Right then guys, so when it comes to a character selection in this game, you've got a few different ways of strengthening your character and therefore you're going forward with progression of the game. If we for instance look on the Sewell itself, we got a chance of leveling character up, we can do equipment upgrades, we can promote that I want to discuss today, and awaken. A lot of these and pretty much every single one of them will strengthen when it comes to our damage output as well as HP, but promote is actually pretty unique, and this will also give you additional benefits associated not only to that very character, but it will influence your overall gameplay, and that's why I have selected that particularly to address promote in that order. So actually, apart obviously your main character, which is your captain itself, every single knight selected later on will have that option of promote, and then you'll be able to obviously get all the way to a 5 yellow stars and then surpass that with awakening. We can obviously discuss awakening, equipment and leveling up in a different videos, because the promote itself is a very important, and therefore I want to pretty much put all attention on that separate video. So what I mean with this promote and why it's so crucial, it's actually that very button that will be displayed in here, and we're talking here about this knight own effect. So basically, just by having a character itself, you will be adding a certain aspects when it comes to either defense, attack or any other aspects of the game, that it will then affect everything else you'll be doing within the game. So despite if you have your top 6 characters already selected and the ones you're using for grind or trying to progress stages, whatever you do, having actually your characters unlocked and promoted will result with all these effects. So as you see in this very example, we are squeezing here a 30% extra attack for all your characters. We're talking 20% extra penetration in total and 3% extra attack speed. And as I'm gonna keep progressing with a different characters, we're gonna have a different perks associated. Therefore, I believe it's definitely worth for you to know that you want to select a certain of the characters which will definitely help you at the early stages, and then later on obviously you actually want to have unlocked every single character on 5 stars. But there is few characters I definitely want to pay attention, especially in the early stages, and this is where you're gonna keep grinding, obviously going with this a return, and this is where you're gonna keep progressing and upgrading your characters. So some of the crucial elements I believe you should be looking at, it's actually checking on characters like Fabian. And this is where Fabian will add a stage skip rate. And because we actually got 4 different characters in a game with this very unique feature, it will add you 8% chance of obviously skipping stages. And what skipping stages will do, obviously every single time you return and you start from a scratch, you've got a chance of obviously not battling a monster stage by stage, but you'll be able to skip stages. Meaning obviously you can much faster progress all the way to your max stage and then return again to actually have resource in order to upgrade your knights. So then coming back to a knight selection again, the next of the characters I want to discuss as well is gonna be Maru, and that should be very close by. So the Maru itself will actually give you a Magicite acquisition, and this is obviously the resource which then you need in order to upgrade your knights. And again, we've got at least 3 characters in the game as it stands, and we're talking here about additional 60% of that very resource. And as you see, I'm missing out, and actually I've got now promote highlighted, so that will be a next thing I'm gonna do to have Maru on 5 stars in order to get this extra bonus. Obviously I still had to grind in the background, and I think everything you will do in a game, it will actually result in benefiting you in the long run, but I believe trying to get that skip stage as well as getting this Magicite, especially if you're starting out, it will definitely help you push further. And then everything else you see, obviously associated with defense and attack, will always be beneficial, you know. The moment you start leveling up and taking into next stages, you will always need more defense and more attack in order to progress. But in that very early stages, you know, having more resource and having a ability to return as often as possible will definitely pay dividends. So all you need to do is just obviously keep flicking through the characters you have unlocked, see what effects you are able to unlock, and craft your own strategy. As I mentioned, perhaps you've got your top 6 characters selected, you know, you perhaps might not have checked these own effects to start off, and that's not gonna be a major aspect of how you're gonna select your top 6 characters. But then going forward, it's definitely worth keep unlocking more and more characters as you see, getting all of these great perks, because this is where your overall power will keep raising alongside obviously upgrades and as you're gonna keep progressing within the stages. So I'm leaving that now obviously as a open card for yourself. You need to check what characters you have currently got unlocked. If you got all of them, then start looking for the ones you want to upgrade in the first place, despite if you're using them or not, as all of these benefits will be your passive bonuses and will boost your overall gameplay. So that will be it about Promote today, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.